Hi, I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and welcome back to the final part of my Halloween look of the draw video. This is a idea that I took inspiration from Notting Hook Crochet Robin to do, where I wanted to do some prep for my Halloween markets. So I put a load of things into a tub, and I've been picking out 15 at a time to do a video. I've done 3 of them so far. This is the 4th part, and it should be the last part for now. Though if you've watched the whole series and you've enjoyed it, please let me know, because it is probably something that I'll redo when it comes around to market prep for each block of markets, just because it's a fun way to get over the decision paralysis that I have. So I have enjoyed doing them. I'd like to continue, so please let me know if you would also like me to continue. So the way this works is each time I'm going to pick out 3 patterns. I'm going to come back and show you them once I've made them. I'm going to pick another 3 patterns and we're going to rinse and repeat that for the whole video until I reach 15. There's 15 left in the tub. At that point then, once I've made the 15, I'll come back, show you everything I've made again, review the pattern, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, what I had to change. And yeah, that'll be the end of the series for a little bit. So without further ado, shall we pick a few? There's not many left in the tub now. Right, so we've got, stuck up my finger. Firstly, dinos in costumes. I think this is a pack I've got on Ribbler. I think there's between 6 and 8, but I'll probably just pick 2 or 3 out to make to start with. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put this back in the tub and I'm going to save it for last, because this is going to depend on what yarn I have left at the end, which costumes I end up doing, because I'm running a bit low. So we'll restart, right? I'll pick another 3, we'll pretend that didn't happen. So the first one is the Pumpkin Man. This is a Instagram pattern. It's a little sack man with a pumpkin on his head. So that's what I'm making first. Then a Boo Bear, that is also a free Instagram pattern, I think. A little bear with a sheet over it. And then finally, the bird from K-pop Demon Hunters, which comes right at the right time, because I've just watched a reviewing free K-pop Demon Hunters patterns video, so I can refer back to that one to pick a pattern out, and that'll be nice. So I'll see you once I've made those, and I'll be back. Rightio, back again. 3 more things to show you. So first up we have a Boo Bear, who is just adorable. I really enjoyed this pattern. Probably only took me definitely less than an hour, probably 45 minutes to make. So that's adorable. I've just realised I need to give him ears though, so I will do that tonight. Then the next one I have is the bird from K-pop Demon Hunters. So he's got a little beak. Oh, let's squish it so that it looks better. He's got his little beak, his eyes, his wings. I gave him little feet. He's got his hat, obviously. And yeah, and his little chest details as well. I started off with a YouTube video for this. I made the body based on a YouTube video, and then all of the extra bits I just freehanded, because the tutorial I was using, the wings were really convoluted, so I made them myself and then couldn't be bothered to start the video again, so I made the rest of it myself as well. And then a similar thing happened with the third guy, who is our little pumpkin man. Yeah, I've used the video up until the pumpkin, and then basically freehanded all of the details and the top myself, but he looks close enough to the pattern that I think it's fine. But yeah, he's huge. He's way bigger than I thought he would, and I even had to take a row of repeats out of the head because it said go up to 6 increases, I mean. It said go up to 6 increases then, and no, 6 stitches before the increase. And repeat that around, and I stopped at 5 because he's just huge. But yeah, so that's that guy. So the next thing we have to do is take some patterns out. Now I'm hoping, I'm running a bit low on quite a lot of colours of my yarn, so I have a lot of blue. I'm hoping the patterns I pick are going to be ones that I can use blue for, so manifest blue for me. We've got 2 there. Let's see what those 2 are. An Aussie cow. This is a ribbler pattern for a little evil cow, so I might do in blue. And then a hot dog pup. So we're very brown so far. Let's see what the last one is. And the derpy tiger, also from K-pop Demon Hunters. So we've got something blue, just a lot of detail, which is going to be fun. We are now at Saturday, the 28th, I think, of September, which means my market is in exactly a week, and I've still got all of this left to make and UKCA test. Luckily, I'm done with the testing for the other 40-ish patterns that we've made so far, so it'll just be this batch left to do, but this is going to be a tight one, guys. Cross your fingers for me. I'll see you in the next clip. Hello. I'm so sorry if you can hear thumping in the background. I finished UKCA testing the first batch of, the first 3 batches of the Look at the Drawer plushies yesterday, and I'm just drying them to see if they've passed all of the tests properly and all of that stuff. Turns out it's really hard to get plushies of this size dry. I've never made anything, well, I've never ended up UKCA testing anything this big before. But yeah, quite hard to dry it, but oh, he's got a bit of fluffy on him. So, first of all, we have the hot dog plush with his thingies, his sauces. This is so cute. This was a ribbler pattern. It really didn't take that long actually. I think I was only doing it for just over an hour. But yeah, didn't change anything about the pattern for once. Just got on with it, and that's how it's turned out. I think, like, if I was to do it again, I'd probably crochet a bit to go across the middle of the belly as well, but other than that, cute. And then we have the Aussie the Bull pattern. This was also a ribbler pattern. I really love him. I give him little grumpy eyebrows for funsies. But yeah. And full disclosure, I've not done derpy. I'm sorry, I know I keep doing this where I come on and I go, I've not done this, I've not done that, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But I realised I've got 5 days from today until my market. I'm gonna need to try and fit tested in for these plushies in that time if I want to put them on the table. And derpy's gonna take ages because of the amount of detail, because the bird took ages, and the bird's not as detailed as derpy is. So I've decided to keep the bird for myself because I put so much time into him that I don't want to light him on fire, and I don't want to make a second one either. And the same is going to be true for derpy, that I'm going to keep him for myself. So I'm going to leave making him till after the market, or if I have time before the market I'll make him before, but he's not going to go through testing and stuff, so I'm going to focus on the stuff that needs to go through testing first, and then hope and pray that I have time to do repeats of the one I want to do repeats of, and the yarn to do it, and so on and so forth. So let's pick our next 3 out. we have a possum, a mini bat, and the dinos in costumes, but again, like I said in the last clip, I'm going to put that back. Pick another, and a crow. So 3 small patterns this time, that'll be nice. I've got a feeling all of them are Ribbler. The mini bat might be Instagram, but we'll see, we'll find out, and I'll let you know how it goes. Right, back again. I hoped to be back last night, but stuff happened and I wasn't. So we have one possum, who is very cute and I think I would like to make more of. That's not happening before this market though. I'm on such a crunch, especially with needing to test these last few bits, but good news, everything except the shark passed. Its tail ripped off when I did the hanging test, which I've never had something break that cleanly before. Like, I swear I stitched it on like 3 or 4 times, but it just ripped straight away, so that was a shame. But apart from the shark, everything else has passed, which is fantastic news. So now I've got to make more things. Anyway, enough rambling about being on a crunch. Tiny crow. This was not the pattern I was going to use originally. I tried to make that pattern and it turned out a bit lumpy and weird. So I just freehanded a little egg bird and made it into a crow. I might put a bit of red on the eyes, but it's cute. And then the other thing was this mini bat. The bat and the raccoon are both free Ribbler patterns. The crow pattern I was going to use is a free Ribbler pattern. I don't think I'll link it though, because the stitch counts are off, and like I said, it turns out a bit weird, so I'll just probably write up a little instruction on how to do this because it's easy enough. But yeah, mini bat, I love him. I want to make more. He's quite a good scrap project because, like you can see, he just didn't use anything. The only thing I changed on this pattern was I didn't like the way they wrote their wings, so I just did 4 stitches into a magic ring and then went around that with 1 row of increases and 1 row of single crochet and then an increase to create a little wing, and then sewed it on. But yeah, really happy with them. Let's pick our next 3. I'm hoping, so today is Tuesday, it's about 8 in the morning. So I'm hoping to have these next 3 done today and be jumping on to pick the next 3 out. I don't think I'm going to get 6 done today, especially since one of these is the dinos in costumes and I want to do 2 or 3 of those if I get time to. So my aim really is to have 4, maybe 5 done today, depending on how big they are, because I think the platypus and Bimo are going to be quite small, which will make it easier to get the rest of it done. So if I can spend tomorrow doing testing on the rest of it and doing the dinos in costumes, that would be fantastic. So that's the plan. Let's pick 3 out. So we've got the platypus, that's good. We've got Mr. Squiggles the clown, that's a free Ribbler pattern. And then we have Bimo. So just as I was talking about, 2 quick ones hopefully, and then Mr. Squiggles the clown. So lots of blue today. And then the 2 left in the tub, well there's 3 left in the tub but I took the dinos out so that I can do them separately, is a little Brothers Grimm, what do you call it? What do you call it? Grim Reaper, a little Grim Reaper, a spider, and dinos in costumes. I would also like to make a plague doctor if I get time, but that's an if I get time. So I'll leave those 3 in the tub so that I can pull them out for you next time, even though I don't really need to. I'm gonna go and get my blue yarn out. See you in a bit. Right, yeah, for nearly the final time in this series, I am back. I have 3 things to show you. and then I will pick the final 3 things out of the tub, even though we already know what they are. Yeah. So, first up we have a platypus, but not just any platypus. Perry the platypus. I love him. I need to sort his eyes out. I don't know what I did, but they've gone a bit weird, so that needs fixing, but we'll put him through testing first. Little feet, his little arms, his little hat, his little tail. I did have to change this pattern as usual because it said to give him 4 of these, and Perry the platypus does not have 4 of these. Perry the platypus has actual human arms, so I gave him arms. But that is the only thing I changed. I've pulled in the centre of the hat to give him the little pork pie hat. And yeah, Mr. Perry. This was a good pattern. This worked out quite fast because it's a bean with accessories. But yeah, really liked it. That was a free Ribbler pattern. You can go there. Second one is Bimo, and he's just so cute. He's just so cute. I have enough pink yarn, I think, to make a pink Bimo as well, so pink Bimo incoming, but just adorable. He's so small. This is also a free Ribbler pattern. As usual, when I review all 15 patterns at the end of the video, I will put the pattern makers on screen and in the description. But yeah, a Bimo. Then finally we have Mr. Squiggles the Clown. This also was a Ribbler pattern. I've been on Ribbler a lot today. But yeah, he's just so cute. Again, changed a couple of bits. The pattern for the arms, the stitch count was off, so it said do 6 in the skin tone, or well, it says to do it in white. I've done it in skin tone. And then to continue just single crocheting around, but on the single crochet around it says to do that the stitch count at the end should be 12, so I just added a row of increases in and then continued. But that's it as far as I did for the arms. I didn't use their nose pattern because I didn't want to sew anything small on for UKCA reasons, so that's embroidered. And I also didn't use their hat pattern because it was going to turn out quite big and I just wanted a little one. So that's the changes I've made. Obviously as well, it's written for Banat Blanket, I think, or like Himalaya Dolphin, a really thick yarn either way. And I use Chunky. So I think this yarn comes out just slightly smaller than Parfait Chunky would for Americans. I've not tried Parfait Chunky, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does. So it said to do like 82 stitches on the ruff, and that would have been way too big. This is 14 stitches. I just realised I've done his face the wrong way around, so the good side of the ruff is on the back. Oh dear. I don't think I can fix that at this point. That looks fine. But yeah, so that's that guy. And that is all of them for that 3. So the last thing to do is to tell you what's left in the tub, which I did say earlier, but I'm going to tell you again anyway. It's Spoo the Spider, which is a free Instagram pattern. It's the Brothers Grimm, which is free on Ribbler, and the Dinos in Costumes, which I've just dropped. And I'm not sure how many of them I'll do. We'll find out. So I'm hoping to have at least 1, hopefully 2 of them done tonight, so that tomorrow I can focus on the Dinos in Costumes and get some testing started. That's the plan, because that will take us to Wednesday. My market's on Saturday. That gives me 2 days then to do making extra of the things that pass the tests and making a few extra little bits that I wanted to make anyway, like extra Bimos and stuff. So cross fingers for me. This is the end of the sprint. I see you hopefully either later tonight or early tomorrow. for the final time of this series, I am back and I have made the things. So I'm going to do the same as I did last time and save the new things I've made for the end and try and go vaguely in order. Not that I can remember the order, so we'll work that out. To start with, the Boo Bear, now with ears. Yeah, I love this pattern. I think I will make a couple more of them if it passes testing. Yeah, I'm just really happy with them. Easy to make, 10 out of 10, pretty quick. This is a bobble stitch. These done afterwards a surface crochet, and that's just a colour change and another bobble stitch, so it is no-sew, which is nice. We love a no-sew pattern, especially when I get down to the things I've been making today. You'll understand why today I really needed a no-sew pattern and didn't have any. But yeah, love him. Number 2, I believe, was the bird. Really happy with him, I just think he's cool. Yeah. Very complex though, so I won't be selling them, but yeah, I'm happy with them. Right, 10 out of 10, I guess. I think the next thing was the pumpkin man. Yeah, this is a really cute pattern. I've run out of things to say. The only thing I would say is I wish I'd added a couple of extra rows to the head to make it a little taller, because this is quite short and squat, but other than that, yeah, I'm really happy with how he turned out. I think he's cute, I like him a lot. Yeah. I think the next two were Aussie and the possum, because I didn't end up doing Derpy. So yeah, the possum, adorable, love him, would definitely make more. We'll probably end up using this pattern for rats as well, just to make them a little bigger than the one I've got that's like keychain sized, if this sells well. Yeah, I think this is what I'm probably going to end up making more of. The Aussie bull, adorable. The only thing I didn't do was he was meant to have a little ruff around his neck. I couldn't get it to look right, so I didn't do it. And I kind of prefer him without, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's cute enough just with his little angry eyebrows. But yeah, the way these ears are done, these ears are chunky. Like, this is 2 layers of chenille, plus the fact it's folded on the front, so that was girthy to try and get my hook back through to attach it, but yeah, very happy with him. I am so out of it tonight, guys. It's alright, because this is prep done now. Looked at that one, looked at that one, looked at that one. Then the next ones were the hot dog. Yeah, I'm happy with everything I've made this time, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's anything I look at and go, ugh. This guy's cute. I showed him to my work craft group today, and they all loved him so much, so yeah, with his little mustard and his ketchup. And his little face is just cute. Then the next thing after that would have been the 2 tiny patterns. Again, this one was free-handed, but I'm happy to do a write-up of it, and this one was a Ribbler pattern, and I'm happy with both of them. I think they're cute. I think with the bats in future, on the actual pattern they had like star details and stuff, so I might do that because I think that would be cute. Just they're a little less plain, but yeah, I'm happy with them. My little crow is just adorable. I think I did his feet too big, but that's fine. But yeah, definitely making more of him. Then we had a platypus. Perry the platypus. Yeah, I've still not fixed his eyes. I need to fix his eyes, but that is my only criticism of this pattern, is that it doesn't tell you how to do the eyes. I had to look it up for myself, and that the arms, it tells you to do more of the duck feet, and it's not duck feet, it's arms for Perry. But apart from that, adorable, love him so much, cannot wait to fix his eyes and sell him. Bimo, I want to make more of, and I probably will make more of, because he's just adorable. I did want to make, I've got enough yarn to make a pink one. I wanted to make a purple one, but I've run out of pastel purple for reasons you'll see shortly, sadly, but that's fine. Pink's good enough, and I'll make another couple of blue ones as well, hopefully. So adorable, 10 out of 10. We had Mr. Squiggles, who is also an adorable 10 out of 10. I think I do want to make more of him as well in different colours, maybe a couple of brighter ones, because obviously this guy's pastel. Yeah, maybe black and white one, because I do have a decent amount of black and white left actually. We'll see what the creativity takes me in the next couple of weeks, because I'm hoping that this will be enough stock that I don't really need to make anything in particular the next couple of weeks. I can just make what I fancy, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, so then that brings us on to the final two that I've done today, because I didn't make the dinosaurs. I've got too much of the stuff to do, and I'm trying not to burn myself out for this market. I'm trying to like actually enjoy this challenge, but the amount of UKCA stuff I've got to do, I've got 3 videos to edit, I've got the UKCA filming to edit, and I've got all of the documentation to do. It's probably just best for me to call it quits tonight, get everything actually done for the market, and then do a separate video probably where I make all of the patterns that I didn't end up making in this video, just for my own pleasure and my own enjoyment. So look out for that, that'll be coming. But yeah, so without further ado, we have a Brothers Grimm. The pattern I do have for this is the Summer Brothers Grimm. Obviously I've ended up making him Halloweeny, literally just by changing the colour. You're meant to do it in like orange or pink, I think, and I've done it in grey. So there's this little guy, he's just so cute, and his hood does come on and off, so I'm quite happy with him. And then finally we have the spider. I was going to use the Spoo the Spider pattern. This is Ashy the Spider, because I realised that I'd got my head confused, and the way I'd planned my colours was for this pattern, not for Spoo, because I'd planned to have the legs all different colours and I couldn't work out how to do that on Spoo. So this is Ashy the Spider, but we've got 4 eyes, we have 4 legs on either side. The legs are a little bit too big for the body, but it still looks cute. And then his big old booty and his little head. He's just so cute. I really enjoyed making this pattern. It did take ages because of how big it is and the amount of bits that go on it. And it's turned out this big. I've made the head smaller, because what I've done is done my usual thing of changing the pattern so that I can just crochet straight through. I think what you're meant to do, because the head, from the look of it, there's a lot of single crochet rounds. I think there's 9 for the head, so I think it turns out like an oval shape, and then you're meant to sew it on sideways. Whereas obviously, because I was crocheting all the way through, I took a couple of repeat rounds out and his head's ended up a little bit smaller. But other than that, I've not changed anything apart from, there was a lot of crochet rounds here as well. So what I did was, instead of increasing all the way out to 4 and then doing all of the crochet rounds and then going back in again very quickly to give him like the classic spider sort of teardrop shaped butt, I spaced it out. So I did 3 rounds of single crochet around, and then a row of decreases, and then another 3, and then a row of decreases, and then 2, and then the last couple of decrease rounds. So that gave him the teardrop shape, which is probably why the legs don't fit, but that's fine because it still looks cute. But yeah, he's just adorable. I'm really happy with how he's turned out. I've got enough blue left that I might make a blue one. And other than that, that is me done with all of this. all 60 patterns, apart from the fact that I didn't make some of them. So the patterns I've got left to make are a Derpy Tiger, the Huntrix Girls. What else? What else didn't I include that I was going to? The Dinosaurs in Costumes, and a Mothman with the fur that I will make and keep for myself. So that's 4 patterns that I will do in a like bonus part to this video after this market, and probably before the next few. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to get on and UKCA test all of these so that I can get them ready for the market, and I will see you in the next video. Please comment which was your favourite, whether you've made any of these before, whether you want to make any of them. All of the patterns will be linked below, and the names of the pattern makers will have been on screen as well during the video. If I've missed any, please let me know. Please like and share and subscribe and hype it if you have the option to. And yeah, I hope you have a good day or whatever period of time it is for you, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.